The man gestured for the truck behind him to go first. But when the truck changed lanes, it nearly collided with his car. The man thought it was just poor driving skills on the truck driver's part and didn't pay much attention to it. Little did he know that what awaited him would be an inescapable nightmare. Jack noticed that not only did the truck not speed up, but it actually hit the brakes. The man didn't understand why the other driver was doing this. Jack realized he was about to be late for work, so he prepared to overtake. However, the truck blocked his path. After several unsuccessful attempts, Jack had to give up his plan to overtake. But just then, the other driver extended his hand, signaling that he could overtake. Jack thought everything before had been the other driver's prank. Unexpectedly, the next second, a car came driving from the opposite direction. Jack frantically jerked the steering wheel to avoid the collision, but this left the man feeling waves of fear. This successfully enraged Jack. He found the right opportunity and overtook the truck through a shortcut. All of Jack's anger instantly evaporated. He turned on the radio and began leisurely listening to music. But soon, a huge roaring sound came from behind. When Jack looked back, he discovered that the truck had caught up. No matter how hard he pressed the gas pedal, he couldn't shake off the truck. The truck even seemed to be gaining on him. Even though the truck kept honking behind him, Jack refused to give way. He felt the truck couldn't possibly ram into him. But the next second, a strong feeling of being pushed back hit him. The truck actually crashed into the rear of his car. This instantly terrified Jack, so he immediately stopped in an empty space by the roadside. Jack went into a restaurant and washed his face with cold water. After a brief rest, he prepared to return. However, he was horrified to discover that the truck was also parked by the roadside, and there was no one in the driver's cab. Jack quickly turned around to observe every person in the restaurant, because the truck driver must also be here. But he didn't know who the driver was. At this moment, a familiar pair of leather shoes caught his attention, because when he was getting gas earlier, he had noticed that the truck driver was also wearing leather shoes. However, the man walked out of the restaurant and drove away in another truck. This made Jack realize he had mistaken the person. Just then, the big truck drove away right in front of him. Jack thought the truck driver was simply eating here and perhaps wasn't really targeting him. So Jack got in his car and continued heading to his company. Soon, however, he was blocked by a train. At this moment, Jack felt his car suddenly move. He was shocked to discover that the truck had appeared behind him again, and the truck was continuously accelerating.